Good morning. Welcome to our real estate humor meme stream. We get together every Wednesday morning, hump day, to just take a few minutes, have some fun, and break the day up with some real estate related humor. This is related to our Facebook group, which is Real Estate. Oh, I should get the name right, huh? Real Estate Humor. We have over 119,000 members on our group, and we do this every Wednesday morning at 8 a.m. Pacific time. Record it. The key here is have some fun. So if you're watching this live, jump in with your own questions, comments, put your own favorite memes in there if you have some, or comment on mine. If it's funny, laugh. If it's not funny, tell me, hey, Bill, you're just not that funny. But my goal here is just to have a little bit of fun. I listen to comedy all day long as a real estate agent. It keeps my energy light and up and my attitude right. So hopefully you'll use this as a tool to enjoy the day and make it pass a little bit. So with that said, let's jump into our real estate humor memes and have some fun. First one, when somebody asks what my schedule looks like as a realtor, every day, all day, anywhere, anytime. That was me. Now, I will say my business changed dramatically 5 years ago, and part of it is being strategic. But yeah, real estate can dominate your life. People call, text, email, all hours. And as a real estate agent, if you're aggressive and hungry, there's a tendency to chase after all of it. So, flashback, that's not quite where I am today. But anyhow, here's another one. I love this one. The showing might take 10 minutes, but the conversation in the driveway with your buyer's parents afterwards might take 2 hours. Yeah, that's a tough one too. Been there, done that, and yeah, I don't often show property anymore. But for my heart's out to buyers agents to show my listings. It's a tough business. With all the talk about real estate commissions, they earn every penny of it, as far as I'm concerned. So, okay, so here's this is a classic. Cash buyer from California is the monster in the back. And this is a market other than California. You have an optimistic first-time home buyer who doesn't see over his shoulder the monster, which is the California first-time home buyer. Yeah, that's real, unfortunately, for people, and too real in other states that we don't really deal with that here. But I imagine. Okay, so this is a classic. I've done this. Are you sleeping? Yes, now shut up. The key for showing is still in your pocket. Oh, is this one frustrating? You have what's called super key, and you open the box up. It has the key to the house, and what do you do with it? I've learned to hold it in my hand and not put it in my pocket, because if I put it in my pocket, I walk out the door, go home, and now I have the key. As a listing agent, it's frustrating because so often agents do this, and then you have a key. The rule is always, if you have two, you have one. If you have one, you have none. You have to have a backup key on the premises. I use a lockbox and keep the extra there, because coming home with somebody else's key is definitely okay. So this is too many real estate agents. You see these different social media groups. I'm part of them too. And somebody says they're looking for a house. All of a sudden, the agent's like the fanciest guy, the friendliest guy. Hello. Is it a house you're looking for? Yeah, I don't aspire for that look. That's not me, but there are people who that's their look as a realtor. So, is that you? Okay, hey, I see you guys watching on YouTube, on Twitter. Please, or I actually just say, if you're watching, you have any comments, please put the comments. I'd love to make a conversation out of this and have some fun with it. Okay. This is a classic. I love this one. 60 days no offers. Do you think you might be overpriced? The seller, and if you it's kind of small print, says objection. So the market speaks pretty loudly and quickly. If you've been on the market for nowadays 2 weeks with no offers, 3 weeks for sure, it means the property's overpriced. And after 60 days, you try to say to the seller, and I don't want to argue with them, but I want to say, what's the market telling us? The market's telling us that it's overpriced, and some people just don't want to hear that. So there you go. There's a seller who just doesn't want to hear that, and he just objects to it. Okay. When you're at your funeral, you hear someone think about selling their house. I saw this for the first time. I didn't realize this is the guy who's in the coffin, and this is the decedent. And all of a sudden, somebody says they're looking to buy a house. What? Come back from the dead to sell my house. I don't know. I think that's funny. You guys think that's funny? I think it's hysterical. Okay. Here you go. Hey, you just sent me some homes I think you'll like. Let me know if you want to go see them. And then the client says, cool. Just sent you some too. Me, well, the views, the homes that you sent me, those are twice your budget. Yeah, it's tough. I think that we all have a champagne dreams and caviar, champagne dreams and a beer budget, I think the phrase is. So yeah, it's challenging particularly for first-time buyers to understand that's the market, and we have to just kind of find some way to deal with it. Here you go. Here's one. Work this weekend or have fun this weekend. And so he says, well, real estate is fun. Did you just take both pills? That's the assumption. Look, if you enjoy what you do, it's great. I don't enjoy seeing open houses. I enjoy showing properties, so I'll do it. I do enjoy the part of the job I do. I enjoy doing this. This is work for me. But for most real estate agents, it's tough. It's a tough grind on weekends, especially. So you got to find a way to make fun of that and laugh at that. This is a good one. Inflation, the queen, interest rates, and home buyers are all, I don't want to hear it. Yeah, inflation is driving up interest rates, and that makes it harder for home buyers. Though of late, mortgage rates have come down quite a bit and have given buyers a real reprieve, which is good for them. Good if you're out buying a property right now, good for you. But if you're not, if you're just out in the world, interest rates are a challenge for us. So first-time home buyers definitely a problem in general. First-time home buyers, particularly because they're borrowing a larger percentage of the house, and the interest rate becomes particularly important. Okay, and so here's one. If you've made all these faces in a day, you might be a real estate agent. So curious, whatever. It's a range. Should be an anger one in there somewhere, I think they're missing the anger one. But yeah, definitely real estate is a range of emotions, partially because you're dealing with customers who have a range of emotions. This one is classic. I love this. This meme we see in different formats every week, but I love this one. When new agents find out that selling real estate is not a get-rich-quick scheme and they actually have to do the hard work. Let me tell you, in real estate, you got to do the work every day. You got to do the hard work. It's not like a salt mine where it's 8 hours a day of hard work. There's hard work you have to do so that when there's opportunity comes to do a contract, you're prepared. And most agents don't understand that. They just see HGTV and assume it's all fun and shopping and having coffee with their clients. And while that can be a big chunk of it, in order to be good enough for people to want to work with you, you've got to have put the work in. So, okay. No, not this one. I don't want to do that one. Don't want to do that one. When you're just 3, but you sold your first house. Well, I think the funnier meme on this one would be you sold your first house at 3, but now you're 30 and you're still using this as your profile pic. We realtors are famous for using profile pics for a long time. I think mine's probably 5, 7 years old. Definitely overdue. I just can't find one that I like as much as the one I did before. So this is classic. Buyers looking at a house that's $100,000 over their budget. It sold 2 weeks ago and immediately asked to go see it. It's interesting as a listing agent, when we put a property under contract, it's amazing how many agents will call me right away to see the property. And what happened is their client saw that went pending and they don't tell that to the agent, and the agent just calls asking if it's available. And I said, well, I just put in the MLS as pending. So yeah, definitely. You want to know your market. You want to see when the changes are there. So, okay. This one is, we've done this one a few times. You stated you're not picky. 62 showings in 5 months has determined that was a lie. I haven't seen Maury Povich in a long time. I think that's who that is. But if he's still doing that, whether you cheated or not thing, I think for customers, whether you're actually picky or not, at some point you should see the houses, you probably are. How buyers look when they enter houses that are actually in the budget. Yeah, that too often that's true. Here in LA, that's true. I don't know if it's true all over America, but in LA, most buyers, I mean, I literally remember not our first house, but our second house. So my wife and I bought a cute little starter house, and a year later we had a chance to buy what I thought was a dream house. It was on a cul-de-sac, which I like. I grew up on a cul-de-sac. The backyard was 2.5 acres, and then was canyon behind us. It was beautiful, beautiful view out the backyard. It had an oversized jacuzzi. The bad news was every surface in the house was just a mess. It was disgusting. The sinks and bathtubs were green with mold. It was just, the whole thing was just disgusting. And the walls were filthy, and the carpet was filthy. And I literally brought my wife in to see it. And I knew it was a great deal. It was selling for significantly undervalued. It was a great house. It was a perfect house for us at the time. It was 4-bedroom, and we were looking to start our family. And I needed an extra office, a room for an office. And literally, my wife came in and started crying hysterically. And I said, honey, we could buy this, and in our budget, we have money to resurface everything in the house. We paint everything, we do all the flooring, we can make it look really nice. And she just was beside herself. Now, to her credit, she got over it, and I gave her the budget. She did a great job fixing the house up, and we moved in, and it was a great house for us for a long time. We first had our daughter. So there you go. It's a classic one too. Hey, here's a great house for sale in your price range. Oh, never mind. It's sold. Yeah, that's pretty common these days. That's kind of how it works. So you got to move pretty quick. You find something that works, even though it may not be as aggressive market as it was 2 years ago. The market's still, in most markets across the country, is still a seller's market and still competitive. And one way to get a good deal is be quick on the draw to get moved and get property tied up. So, okay, there's our memes for today. I'm Bill Gross. We do this every Wednesday morning, 8 o'clock, hump day, 8 a.m. Pacific time, 11 a.m. Eastern time. If you have any memes you want to put on the show next week, either go to the Facebook group, which is Real Estate Humor. There's a bunch of them on the internet, on Facebook, but Real Estate Humor is a particular one that we're using. And you can post it there, or even better, send it to me via email or text. I'll put it in for you and make sure it's on the show next week. As always, make today your best day ever. Thanks so much, everybody.